Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to keep going in our how-to series where we can just throw in a lot of random topics because a lot of questions come that way, very specific to every individual competing and prepping for a contest. So the first one I wanted to tackle today, Adam, is how to manage hormonal issues. A lot of people worry about their testosterone dropping, or what is this diet effect on testosterone? What if my thyroid hormone is going wacky, all those kind of things. So I know we deal with a lot of these. And my first thought is, of course, in any serious indication, whether you're a client, a competitor, a coach, you have to realize, first of all, there's no way of knowing exactly unless something is tested. So anytime somebody feels like there really could be a danger here, there's a health complication, absolutely go to your physician, primary care physician. They may refer you to an endocrinologist, but you have to get some baseline numbers. And I'm not saying that's always the first route to go. So let's back up a couple steps, Adam, and just say a client has some concerns. I don't know, my metabolism seems to be, quote, broken, or maybe you know, we know testosterone does decline with aggressive dieting. So in this whole genre of hormone issues, what have you seen, some commonalities that people struggle with?
Yeah, you know, I'm big on measures, so you always have to make sure that blood work's accurate to tell you if there's something wrong. You can have so many signs and symptoms that, you know, might say you have low thyroid, or might say you have low testosterone, or maybe low or high estrogen. And there's just this plethora of symptoms that are out there, and you're going to be like, yeah, I have that. But you'll probably normally have that when you're contest dieting. So, you know, there are minerals and things you can take as a just in case. But micronutrition is usually it's not going to be as great as just pulling out of a deficit if you actually do have those issues. And I think that's where it comes down to, when is there concern on if there's a problem or not? Is it from the diet? Is it from the training? And, you know, there's just a bell curve in genetics on what people experience. So some people are going to be more susceptible to lower thyroid when they're dieting than other people. This is why we have just a multi-pronged approach with how we work with people. So it really depends. I think blood work is really the best place to go versus just assuming something's wrong. I see so many people on Instagram saying, oh, my hormones are off, but they've never talked about blood work or anything, so they don't really know.
Right. And I love what you said about this can be normal for being in a calorie deficit, because it is absolutely true. There are a lot of people who have anecdotally done their own measurements going into a contest diet and out, and seeing how long it takes to even return testosterone levels to normal, for example. But I will say, as one caveat to this is, you know, remember, dieting well below your metabolic set point into levels that are just not normal or natural does potentially have a cost. And you can absolutely create some reduced hormone output issues chronically, long term. You really can, quote, break the system. And so that's why it's imperative to make sure you're never one of those people who are just driving your calories, you know, way too low, or doing hours and hours of cardio a day, creating all kinds of systemic stress, because that really is viable. So I agree, Adam, that you know, the only way to measure is through blood work, and whether it's just to get some, you know, quote, normal levels for dieting versus off season, or to check for a pathology. But how often do you recommend that for clients? Because I mean, it's kind of expensive. It's kind of a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, definitely depends on the client and what I'm seeing. If I see somebody's, you know, I know they're absolutely being consistent with their macros and we're getting pretty low and we're not seeing anything, I might have them go ahead and get some blood work. Also, I might have someone do it more post-prep to make sure everything's returned to normal. So many people are very soon to jump the gun and get blood work done immediately after the prep. And you're probably going to see some values that are off, to be quite honest. And then you're going to worry about those values so much. I think it's better to give it a couple weeks, maybe 8 to 16 weeks, and then get the blood work to see if something hasn't corrected itself then.
Absolutely. And do this over time, guys. I actually have a spreadsheet that goes all the way back 20 years. Every time I've ever got blood work done, even if just for an insurance physical, I plot those things on a spreadsheet so I can look over time in different contexts. And I note that, hey, this is when I was 152 pounds. Here was when I was 180 pounds. So clearly dieting or not dieting. So really, really good advice, Adam. And we want to turn into another topic semi-related to this. So you guys hang in there, continue on to the next episode, and we're going to talk about menstrual issues. So we will catch you then.